Welcome everyone to an absolute cult classic, BioShock. One of Metacritic's top rated games of all time.
They told me.
Now sadly, I wasn't on the same gaming path that led to this absolute gem back in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. I was too busy thinking I was going pro at Call of Duty. But finally, with some convincing from many BioShock fans, I played this masterpiece. Twice! Not even with concern for the platinum. And many years on from then, I'm now finishing what I started, and finally grabbing the platinum for BioShock via the lovely remaster we received in the BioShock collection back in 2016. Now, would you kindly get your diving suits ready as we head on down to Rapture? Like, subscribe and stick around for my BioShock Platinum trophy. As you see, we've already started off with a cinematic piece as our character, Jack, is seemingly having one of the worst days of his life as he's involved in a plane crash, crashing straight into the ocean. And this is where we have our first piece of quote-unquote gameplay to start us off and introduce us to the world of BioShock. As we step onto the lighthouse and enter Andrew Ryan's city, Rapture. And now we'll enter something called a bathysphere, and this kicks off our journey. The world in BioShock is both beautiful and terrifying. Especially in the first quarter of the game, I'd say, there's a lot of horror aspects, which always freaked me out when I was younger. Now, as this is my third time playing through the game, I vaguely remember what to do, so I can make getting this platinum finished off a lot quicker, and there's a lot of tips, tricks, and glitches we can use along the way. But of course, that's personal preference. It's completely up to you if you use any of those things. And I won't be discussing anything like that further in this platinum journey. While we're here, let's talk about the trophies I still need to obtain. Every single weapon upgrade, which also included 5 upgrades, then max out all your research with the camera, collect every single one of the audio diaries, invent 100 items, and then complete the game on survivor difficulty. I also need to turn Vita chambers off, which are like respawns, but you don't need that anyway. It's a very easy trophy because on this remaster you can quick save whenever you want. How kind of the devs. Remember how I spoke about horror aspects earlier? Well, this is how we're introduced to Rapture. Imagine playing this as a kid. Terrifying. Now, in hindsight, this game is set up beautifully. I'm surprised they haven't made a movie out of it yet. And after all of this introduction, we finally meet Atlas, a friendly voice on the radio who helps us throughout our adventure in Rapture.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio? Grab that shortwave.
Oh bloody hell, I forgot how creepy the start of this game was.
Just a bit.
Okay. Ah, my god.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Report me, you fuck.
Okay, first plasmid. Give me that electricity. Beautiful.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on.
So here we picked up our first plasmid of the game. Plasmids are basically superpowers, and you can use them on the left trigger. And whether you know anything about BioShock or not, you'll recognize this big guy. There are many different plasmids to attain throughout the game. Some are needed to progress in the story, and some are just to extend your murder capabilities. Oh, yeah. No, activate the lock. Yeah, I remember this. That's how you open these. Zap. Yeah, nice. So now we've been introduced to the core enemy of the game, the splicers. Basically, mutated human beings. They're drug addicts that got hooked on Adam. And they're all left here roaming around Rapture, ready to give you the worst day of your life. The lore about these guys and the lore in BioShock in general is vast. The lore and the story is so fantastic, and that's what makes this game so bloody good. Now let's crack on with the game and go get ourselves some trophies.
You wouldn't dare!
Oh my god. That did make me jump. Pretty sure there's one back here still. Oh, there we go. Whoop. Oh my days. Okay. Ooh, okay. Where do you come from? Oh, got wrecked. Oh my god. I don't remember ever seeing that before. Flipping the coffin. Oh dear. Did he come out of the coffin? I think so.
Now after a while we've grabbed ourselves the incinerate plasmid, we can move on with the story because we can melt the ice blocking our path. We also need this ability to melt ice later on to help us get all the audio diaries.
What the hell was that? Jeez.
Now we pick up our trusty shotgun, which is probably one of my favourite weapons in the game, and go through another horror segment. Now at the end of this segment we've gained the telekinesis plasmid, and this is the last plasmid you need that is necessary for progressing through the story. After we've done this, caught a missile and thrown it at that debris, then we can get on with the game and you don't have any more super linear parts like this. But it is a bit of a linear game anyway. Next we come across this absolute nutjob, Dr. Steinman. And he's pretty much our first boss fight, if you can call it that. Now he used to be a great doctor, and he's the head of the medical pavilion, but he's basically a splicer now, and he's gone insane. And he says some very mean things.
He's ugly! Ugly! Ugly!
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Now after clobbering him to death, we meet Tenenbaum and the Little Sisters. But I've already got the trophy for harvesting them all and for rescuing them all, so this isn't too relevant for this video. But I will say, rescuing them is a lot better. Well, it's nicer to begin with, and you actually end up with more Adam in the long run, and some nice gifts.
Here we encounter our first Big Daddy. These ones are called bouncers, and they're probably the most difficult enemy in the game, minus the mini boss fights you have.
Uh-oh. Oh god. Ooh.
Now onwards to Neptune's bounty, as the game starts to branch out.
Collateral!
Here we meet Peach Wilkins, who we have to do some tasks for before obtaining the research camera, and that helps us get a trophy later on in the game, and also gives us some nice benefits.
Camera. Oh, we definitely need this.
Wait.
Got him!
I had no idea which research I had maxed out years ago, so we're taking pictures of absolutely every enemy type. Next we meet Julie Langford, who's for the most part a good character, and she's in charge of creating the oxygen for Rapture in Arcadia. But like most in Rapture, she sadly dies too, at the hands of Andrew Ryan. Not before kindly writing the code to her safe on the window for us. Cheers, love.
Oh god. Oh, what's the code? 9457.
Thanks to her last dying act, we can move on with the story. Then, we can also steal ourselves the chemical thrower, which I barely use, and we'll ransack the whole place on the way out. Now we skip forward to Fort Frolic, one of the more well-known places in the game, and it's also where we meet the ever-so-charming Sander Cohen. And after messing about with some security bots for a while, to my surprise, we come across the first backlog trophy.
There's a camera that spotted me.
What?
No. Go away. There it is. I'm blind. There we go. Worth it for the research. Ooh! Research PhD. Max out all possible research. Oh, it must have saved across my saves from years ago. Oh, thank God. That's amazing. Yes. Nice. Ah, wicked.
Getting that trophy out of the way was a huge relief, as I got it way earlier than I needed to, and I didn't have to keep whipping out my camera as if I was looking for a prison sentence anymore. But we weren't done there. We also pick up another trophy in the same level.
Let's grab some stuff here. I have no idea how close we are to 100. But if it saved the research one, hopefully it saved the invention trophy stuff as well. And we do get it there. Flip, yeah. Avid inventor, successfully invent at least 100 items. Okay, I think that's nearly all the miscellaneous stuff done. Just the audio logs and then the difficulty stuff.
Ah, that certainly is a weight off the shoulders. Now it's time to leg it through the game, get all the audio diaries, and all the weapon upgrades.
Oop. You didn't see nothing.
I can see you.
There we go. That's not creepy at all. That's pretty sad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. What? Oh.
So our main objective here is to kill 3 targets and take pictures of their corpses for Sander Cohen, as he has blocked all radio contact for us and he has kept us stuck here at Fort Frolic, as he has sent the bathysphere underwater. We do actually have the opportunity to kill Sander Cohen later, but we need him alive, as we need him to access a weapons upgrade station later on, and of course we need those for trophies.
Oh, well, that was him. Nice.
Get the photo before it completely dries up.
Now we've picked up our last photo for Sander, let's make our way back to him and see what happens. He definitely was not as appreciative as I thought, and he sends wave upon wave of splicers after us. But at least he's kind enough to put on some music for us, as we get to listen to the lovely classical piece, Waltz of the Flowers. This whole level is just absurdly brilliant.
Uh-oh. Ooh. There we go.
I'm sorry for that. You'll have to forgive an old fool.
I forgive you.
Artistic temperament.
My forgiveness is valid, as we need him alive for upgrades later. So I wasn't to harm a hair on his head, but now it's time to go on to Andrew Ryan's office. which is located on the next level, Hephaestus.
I didn't even expect that. Oh my god.
Now, as well as gaining access to Andrew Ryan's office, we also need to grab a few bits and pieces for an EMP bomb. Make that, and then we can move on to the next part of the game.
Okay, that's that.
Now let's place our creation and get the hell out of there. Now we've made it out alive, and we're headed straight for Andrew Ryan's office, with the goal to kill him. A lot of twists and turns are revealed here as we find out more about our character and the phrase, "Would you kindly?" as we pick up the mind control audio diary.
The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Would you kindly? Powerful phrase.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Obeys! Obey!
I forgot that happened. So brutal.
Hurry now! Grab Ryan's genetic key! Now would you kindly put it in that goddamn machine?
Now this is actually heartbreaking, as Andrew Ryan is actually Jack's dad, and you find out that he's not as bad a guy as you think, and the person behind all your actions so far, pulling the strings, is Atlas, who is actually Frank Fontaine. Now the place is ready to blow, so with the help of Tenenbaum and the Little Sisters, we can run away out of here and move on to the next level.
Let's get out of here. Oh.
Welcome back, child. Welcome to the city where you were born.
We wake up at Tenenbaum's safe house, grab ourselves a bag of potato chips, and then move on to get revenge on Frank Fontaine, formerly known as Atlas. Also thanks to Tenenbaum, Jack no longer is mind controlled by the phrase "Would you kindly?" and Fontaine is not happy about it.
Go get stepped on by a big daddy.
The end really is in sight here. We're getting towards the end of the game, the final boss fight, and on our way we're going to upgrade all weapons and get all the audio diaries. And then that's it.
Here's the upgrade station. Just upgrade this one, why not? Ooh, and 5 fully upgraded weapons. I mean, I don't have to read that one out. But fully upgrade 5 weapons.
Next we find ourselves at Sander Cohen's apartment. And this is exactly why we didn't kill him earlier, because we can lure him out and then access a weapons upgrade station in his room.
When will you ever learn to take instruction? I'm coming down there, little moth. Coming down to teach you to dance. I'm Sander fucking Cohen.
Now we're going after something called Lot 192, a chemical to wipe out the rest of Fontaine's mind control on us. But it does come with some side effects, as we now have no control over our plasmids, and they randomly switch. But it's an awesome segment, and you get to discover the plasmids which you didn't use throughout the game. I loved the ice one.
Oh. Look at the oh, I love that, the health bar changes.
Now is the final push through all these enemies, unloading everything we've got on them, pushing our way to Frank Fontaine, and also picking up those last audio diaries and weapons upgrades on the way. We also need to turn ourselves into a big daddy, seeing as we'll need the help of a little sister.
Find a big daddy and search spot.
One more upgrade station, and then that's all of them.
Just be finding a daddy.
This is the last upgrade station. Oh, okay. Get rid of you first. I don't want any interruptions, okay? I'm about to get a trophy. Okay, here goes. And here it is. Weapon Specialist. Acquire all upgrades for all weapons. Lovely. I think now I've just got to complete the game. Oh, and I need to get all the audio logs. But that's nearly done anyway. Woo! Thinking like they went there before. What do they do? Run up here and just... Quick boys, play dead.
And now this is where we get the final audio diary too. Another trophy checked off that I never have to do again.
There we go. Oh, yes! Historian. Find every audio diary. Yes, that is like the big one. Now just finish the game. I'm chuffed.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Now we have our Big Daddy suit and Big Daddy pheromones, so we really reek. But that's what attracts our little sister friend, and she needs to extract Adam while we protect her from oncoming mobs of various splicers.
Oh, she's done. That was way quicker than I remember years ago. Way quicker.
Honestly, this is probably my least favorite part of the game, but for me, it was made a lot more tolerable by having turrets to use, really good plasmids, areas of water to zap enemies with, the lot. I've accidentally made this bit sound fun now. But anyway, after this, we're finally on to the final boss, Frank Fontaine. And you can tell this by the severe amount of supplies that the game gives you.
Oh my god, look at all this loot. This is definitely before the final boss. At least they fully deck you out.
Now we grab our needle off the little sister, and then it's time to go. Now the objective here, after stabbing Fontaine in the chest the first time, is to do that 3 more times. After getting him to a certain amount of health, you can stab him in the chest again with the needle and drain his Adam. Rinse and repeat. I like this, it's the, you know, do it 3 times and you win. It's very old school, very nostalgic. And this is where we pick up all of our final trophies at once and get the sweet platinum.
Get wrecked by these little kids. Oh, it's so savage though. Oof. Brutal. Hey, seriously good at this? Well, you know what? Let's let them pop. Let's let them go. Oh, platinum first before the others. Yes, there is the platinum. I wasn't ready for that. It's just popped all of them at the same time. There was like 4 trophies I was meant to get. But there you have it. BioShock. What a game.
That was stolen.
They look so creepy. That one did.
Chance.
I will admit that felt so anticlimactic. I was expecting gold trophy, gold trophy, gold trophy, gold trophy, platinum, but it was just gold and a platinum. It caught me out.
Family.
Well, it's done. Finally, after all these years.
As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this one, and check out more videos here. Can't wait to see you in the next one.